Alex Pereira should not be fighting Ankalaev again. This is the biggest mistake he's made in his career so far. Let's get into it. Earlier this week, Dana White announced that Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev 2 will be taking place later this year, and I truly just don't understand why. Pereira has been on a legendary run in such a short amount of time in the UFC. He captured the middleweight belt within like a year or two of him being in the organization, and then once he lost it to Adesanya in the rematch, he moved straight up to light heavyweight, fought Jan Blachowicz, and then beat Yuri Prochazka to win the light heavyweight title. So genuinely, to me, this has been one of the most legendary runs apart from Ilia Topuria. However, this rematch makes no sense. Ankalaev is the worst stylistic matchup for Alex Pereira in the light heavyweight division. Obviously, he beat Pereira a couple months ago. He didn't really implement too much wrestling, but I think the threat of the takedown alone made Pereira hesitant to strike. I understand Pereira wanting to get a rematch because, you know, he feels like he can beat Ankalaev, and obviously he doesn't like someone having a win over him, but I just think how Pereira's career has played out, this is not the decision he should have made. If I was handling Alex Pereira's career, after that loss to Ankalaev, I would have moved straight up to heavyweight. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, why would you not do the rematch and try to win the belt back? When he lost the rematch to Adesanya, he didn't try and get the trilogy to win the middleweight title back. He went straight up to light heavyweight, and people instantly forgot about that loss to Adesanya. Whereas now, Pereira's in this weird position. If he loses again to Ankalaev, his stock drops massively. Whereas if he took that loss and then said, you know what, I'm going to move up to heavyweight, I'm going to take my time, recover from injuries, people would have instantly forgot about that loss and just been hyped for his debut at heavyweight. And like I said, Pereira's only been in the UFC for a short amount of time, so I really think he should have kept up this progression of just trying to speed run the titles. And when you look at the heavyweight division, it's blobs. I guarantee Alex Pereira, yes, he might be smaller than a lot of the heavyweights there, but I guarantee he would absolutely wipe the floor with majority of the top 10. He's got the height, he's got the speed, he's extremely athletic, and he has genuine knockout power that I think would translate extremely well to heavyweight, especially if he took the time to bulk up. And to be honest, in this whole time period since he lost to Ankalaev, as well as the time that John Jones was just stalling the heavyweight division, I think Pereira could have moved up, fought someone like Cyril Gane or Volkov for a #1 contender, probably beat them, and then have this matchup against Aspinall, which honestly would draw insane numbers. And that would probably be the closest hyped heavyweight matchup aside from Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. Obviously, there's also a takedown threat against Aspinall, but like I said, it just makes no sense to stay at light heavyweight and then say he does beat Ankalaev. Nobody wants to see a trilogy, and Pereira's already beat majority of the top 5. So there's really just no good matchups for him at light heavyweight. Absolutely nobody wants to see him versus Ulberg. The only fight I would kind of be interested in is him versus Dominic Reyes, but I don't want Reyes to get chinned. Especially with Pereira getting up there in age, I just think he should have maximized his time in the sport without sticking around for too long and taking too much damage, because I truly believe he's going to lose this rematch. I think it's going to be a very similar outcome to the first fight, and I think the takedown threat is just going to be too much for him, and that risk versus reward is just really not there for him, because like I said, if he wins the light heavyweight title, then what? Maybe if he does win, he could still move up to heavyweight and then try to become a double champ, but again, I think if he loses this fight, his stock will drop massively. And to be honest, I would have much rather see Ankalaev versus Yuri Prochazka for the title. I think that would have been an amazing fight, especially now that Yuri's finished his exams. He's going to have a higher fight IQ. I think we'll see Yuri in the corner in between rounds just studying for his next exam. So yeah, I think that Pereira just made the worst decision of his UFC career. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys do drop a like in this video and make sure to subscribe as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.